Y'all already know who it is. It's your girl Sugar Nine, bitch. I'm back with the Need Some Sugar podcast. I know. It's been a while. Y'all could jump me later, but just know when y'all do hit, I hit back, okay? But we could get over it afterwards. We have a little scuffle and then we shake hands and we get over that shit. Listen, y'all, I just been healing. I've been focusing on myself. I've been making sure I'm good mentally. I'm going to talk about all of that in the episode. And please stay tuned for the end because I have a huge announcement that I would love for y'all to hear, but that is only at the end. So you got to listen to my story first, bitch, before you get any of my tea. Okay. Now, thank you so much for listening. Let's get to it. So, where have I been and what have I been up to? Y'all, I've just been solely focusing on myself and bettering my mental health, healing my mental health. I realized sometime last year, I want to say very early last year, that my mental health was really not in a good spot. I'm like, but you're a happy person, kind of gaslighting myself into thinking that I was happy, into thinking that, I had just moved into a new place. I'm like, this is a blessing. Although I do appreciate my blessing, thank God for all of them. Y'all already know. It's like I just moved to a new place and I still somehow was not truly happy. I'm like, I prayed for this place. This is a place that I imagined living in, that I dreamed of living in, this type of community. Having a washer and dryer in my unit was very big for me, especially considering how much I wash clothes. So I'm just like, I love my apartment. And don't get me wrong, I do. I love my apartment. It's just like I could not figure out why I had just moved to this really nice apartment, really nice community. My daughter got to stay in the same school with her teachers that she loves, her aide that she loves to death. And I'm like, why aren't you happy right now? You're making good money at your job. And I'm doing air quotes when I say good money, and you don't really have anything going on right now. Why aren't you happy? So that was an opportunity for me to actually start and do a deep dive and ask myself, like, what is going to make you happy? I had to ask myself, why aren't you happy right now? And what is going to truly make you happy? And I'm like, I think I'm not happy right now because I'm still holding on to a lot of things that made me angry in the past. And I'm not even holding on to it like, oh, I always think about it, holding on to it in a way where I'm like, why, when I do think about these things, am I getting just as angry as if it happened today? I want to let all of that go. I want to forgive these people. I want to forget these people. If I could give you a visual, imagine yourself in a bubble. I feel like we're all in our own bubble. We all should be, right? And our bubble is clean, fresh air. And then you're just letting people come in and fart. Okay. I don't have any other smart, articulate word for you're letting people come into your space where you got clean, fresh air and you just letting them fart it up and leave the room. And you're left to deal with the funky smell that their funky ass left. You have an attitude, but you don't do anything about it. You just sit there and deal with the funk. I was tired of dealing with the funk. I was tired of holding on to these old emotions from the times when people had me fucked up and I felt like I didn't react the way I wanted to. And in all honesty, through my healing journey, I told myself I actually responded to a lot of that in the right way. It's just I didn't create a boundary right after that. And I actually have discovered that by walking away from these situations and not reacting the way I wanted to, which was violently, okay? I wanted to bash a lot of bitches' heads in concrete. Okay, I wanted to smack the shit out of a lot of niggas. But I didn't because I'm always like, no, my baby needs me. If I get in trouble, nobody's going to take care of her the way I am. I got a good job. I got my own place. Like, I can't let my anger dictate the rest of my life right now. I have to walk away from this situation, even though it'll make me look like a punk. Even though this situation might not be resolved right now, me walking away was the best option in almost every single one of those situations, right? However, I still didn't deal with the emotional piece of it because I walked away and just was like, whatever, God will handle them. Yes, but also God wants us to create boundaries and not let people fuck with us one too many times. Let it be one time and then never to fuck again. Basically, don't give these people a second chance to have you fucked up. I realized that in my situations, I just was walking away because I'm like, let me walk away in this moment or from this situation, from this person, because if I don't, shit gonna get spooky for not only you, but me. Whatever my anger is about to lead me to do, I'm going to get in trouble. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I am going to regret immediately what I do after I do it. And also, I was not giving up my freedom. I was not giving up my privileges. I was not giving up anything that I worked fucking hard for. And I also was not leaving my baby out here. So, with all that being said, I just was like, I just felt like I needed to heal that because emotionally I was still feeling the anger, the rage, the sadness, the disappointment. I don't want these people and these situations to continue to have control over me in present day, even though I'm doing good. So, first step is realizing not that you have a problem, but first step is realizing something is going on, a pattern is happening. Maybe you don't like what's happening, you want it to change, whatever. The first step is always acknowledging the problem or acknowledging the thing, right? And I had to acknowledge that I needed to heal. I was still angry from childhood. I was still angry from things I went through, concerning my daughter's father. I was still angry with things that happened to me at work. I was just still angry. Something that helped me along the way, though, that I do appreciate is I feel like I just elevated myself and my life each time somebody fucked me over, each time somebody did some bullshit to me, each time I heard somebody might have been yapping they fucking gums about something they knew nothing about. I'm like, you know what? Beyonce said, always stay gracious. Best revenge is your paper. And I feel like I just got my revenge by being successful, by upgrading my life, by just being happy, by going on vacations, by being carefree. But like I said, I still needed to process the emotions that I was holding on to from the times where, somebody might have hurt my feelings or disappointed me or just, fucked me over, had me fucked up, however you want to see it. Just messed up situations that have happened to me. And I'm not a woe is me type of person. I'm not a person that plays the victim. I'm not that type of person at all. But it's also times where you do need to acknowledge that something is happening to you and you don't want it to happen anymore. So moving forward, how is this going to be rectified? Moving forward, how are we going to avoid this? Moving forward, how are these people going to be left to the fucking dust? Do we want these people in our lives? Do we want these people around? Are they worth the argument? Are they worth even setting a boundary? Some people don't even need a conversation. You just cut them bitches off and that's it. Let them sit there and battle with their own mental about why you cut them off. At the very end of the day, most people know what they're doing. So don't be too concerned with how somebody's going to feel about something if they were not concerned in the first place about how their actions were going to make you feel. Because that's something that I just recently realized. You are trying to think for the future. You're trying to think and consider people's feelings. You're trying to be empathetic, sympathetic, all of these aesthetics, right? The person that you're trying to think for has only thought for themselves. That is why we're in the situations that we're in. That is why you're feeling the way you're feeling, because this person is moving how they want to move with no regards for how it's going to make you feel. So why the fuck are you sitting here? Not only are you sad because they're being selfish, but you're also considering their feelings and how you're going to deal with how they made you feel. You get what I'm saying? Does that make sense? It's like, man, listen, I don't give a fuck if you're mad that I'm going to cut you off. You shouldn't have said the fuck shit to me. I don't give a fuck that you're going to be sad that I cut you off. You shouldn't have lied to me. I don't care about none of that. I don't care about how my actions are going to make you feel after you did the bullshit to me, because you should have thought about that before you did the bullshit. Hello. So with that being said, my healing journey first had to start with me acknowledging that my mental health was not the best and I needed to release these old stored emotions. I said I need to start somewhere. So I feel like I started by just sitting with myself. So just to move along a little bit, right? I quit my job. I quit my job June, I believe, 12th, 2024. I worked for a financial institution. So I was, that is banking. And I worked in their commercial department. I was not happy at that job. I was not happy in that position. I was not happy in that department. I didn't give a fuck that I worked from home. Yes, it was convenient, but me working from home was literally the only thing that was keeping me at that job. I appreciated the job. It served its purpose. I know a lot of people in my life were proud of, the fact that I was able to get a job like that. And a lot of people were just happy of my success. And I was happy for that. But I had to think about myself and I had to say, what don't you like about this job? I wrote a list of the pros and cons of working for that company, working under that manager, working in that department, working that position. I said the cons outweigh the pros in this situation. I can't do this shit no more. So I quit. That was the first time I did something for myself. I was so worried about what everybody in my life was going to say about me quitting my job. Like, oh my God, how are you going to pay your bills? What are you going to do? You work from home. Like, damn, what about now? That's the first time I ever really truly felt like I made a decision stamped, signed, sealed, delivered for myself. Like, I don't like this job. I don't like what's going on right now. I don't want to be here no more. I don't give a fuck what anyone is going to say. I'm quitting my job. I looked myself in the mirror that morning. I said, "You're quitting your job today?" Myself said, "All right, bitch." And we got into a meeting with our manager. We gave her our 2 weeks and we quit our job. Now, I don't know if y'all are spiritual. I am. The song Unwritten by Natasha Bedingfield. I heard that song let me say that again. I heard that song 3 times today. Now, I don't know if y'all know the lyrics to that song, but I'm going to share some. The lyrics say, "Feel the rain on your skin. No one else can feel it for you. Only you can let it in." Then she says, no one else can speak the words on your lips. Drench yourself in words unspoken. Live your life with arms wide open. Today is where your book begins. The rest is still unwritten. That was my best attempt at trying to read y'all those lyrics without crying. I'm sorry. That's all y'all can get from me right now, because each time I try to read those lyrics, I start crying. So it is what it is. Those are the lyrics. I heard that song 3 times the day I quit my job, and I said, that is a sign. I did the right thing. I made the right decision. It's time to live my life with arms wide open, because today is where your book begins. The rest is still unwritten. I'm writing my story how I want it to be written from this day forward. I don't give a fuck who don't agree with me quitting my job. I'll figure everything out. Mind y'all, I didn't just quit my job with $0 in my bank account. I had a secret stash. I had money put away. I told everybody that I was close with that I quit my job. I'm going on vacation for myself. I'm taking my baby on vacation because she turned 10. I'm going to do whatever I'm going to do for my 30th birthday in October. Then I'll start looking for a job. And who knows if I'll need to work after that, because I really wanted to take content creation and my podcast more serious, but I had healing to do. And the first step in my healing journey was to quit my job, because that was a very big stressor in my life that I felt was unnecessary. I know we all need to work and make money, pay our bills, take care of our kids. However, having a job where you feel like it's kind of a dead end job, you might not even go up, down, sideways, and you're just stressed out for no real reason. You don't see any real purpose in your work. That makes it worse for you mentally when you stay at a job like that. Like I said, the job served its purpose, but I was not happy. It was a certain point, and I think it was August of the year before that I realized I don't want to do this shit no more. Regardless, I don't want to get too deep into quitting my job and all the intricate details of the company and stuff like that, because it was cool while it was cool until it wasn't. So my last day there was June 28th. I had a vacation already planned to Houston early July, so maybe a week or two later, even though July in Jersey, summer is halfway done. Now, mind y'all, when I was in Houston, I got stuck there because of Hurricane Beryl, I think was the name. Knocked out all the power. Spirit canceled 2 flights back to back. Although I got stuck in Houston because of a hurricane, I had no worries. And I just felt like God has my back regardless. God has my back through all this, and everything is going to be okay. And everything was okay. We made it through. We charged our phones. Sometimes we had to sit in the car and charge our phone. It was fucking almost 100 degrees outside. Air conditioning wasn't working because the power was still out around where she lived. We found a seafood spot that was open. We went there, got ourselves some crab boils. Well, I got a shrimp boil because I don't eat crab. We got ourselves some seafood, some drinks, and yeah, we were good. I had recorded one of my baddies reviews while the power was out and my phone was dying. Now, mind you, I got 2 phones. One of the phones that I was on 14%, and I think that's the one where I was watching the actual episode. And the phone I had where I was recording my video was on 32%. I was saying, like, y'all better be lucky I love y'all, because 1, the power out. 2, I'm stuck in Houston. 3, my phone about to die, but I'm still committed to this. And that also, I feel like, is a testament of my willpower and just me believing in myself. I said, you know what? I have a commitment to my followers. They want this review. I don't give a fuck that I'm stuck in Houston. I'm going to use my last bit of juice to get y'all this video. And also that showed me that, hey, you put something in motion and you're going to keep it going no matter what. And that made me very proud of myself. I did keep mentioning in the video though, y'all better be lucky I'm doing this because my phone dying. I'm like, it's on 2%, it's on 1%. I kept giving the people percentage updates as the video went on because I'm like, bitch, my phone is dying. And also, I thought about it afterwards. Like my friend Ariana and her other friend were listening to me do my video, and I'm like, these bitches probably think I'm crazy as hell. I'm in here talking about Kick Rolly and her pussy. I'm like, oh my God, these girls probably think I am out of my mind. It just made me laugh though, because I'm like, I can only imagine from their perspective what I sounded like from the other room recording this video talking about these baddie bitches. Like, I know it either was annoying or the funniest thing they heard. And I think I stopped recording the video to ask them what's the thing that a judge sits at? Like, is it a bench, a desk, a pillar? Like, what is it called? And also, I feel like there's a little testimony in that too. Like me not caring what anybody around me thinks about what I'm doing because this is something that I want to do. Y'all see the theme that's going on in my life? Like, I stopped caring. I didn't care before. I don't give a fuck now. Overall, I think they were entertained though, because I can only imagine hearing me talk about baddies from another room. I know that shit sound crazy. I don't even know what's gonna come out of my mouth next sometimes. So I can only imagine their reactions when I said some of the shit that I said. Shout out to y'all. Ariana, you already know, especially you. Love ya. So that was Houston. Came back from Houston. My daughter started summer school, first summer in the new complex. I think I took her to the pool. We just enjoyed our summer. I started growing my elephant ears. This was my first time actually growing elephant ears out of a pot. So I was taking care of my elephant ears, growing those, sending my daughter to summer school. She was enjoying her summer for the most part. I was enjoying my summer for the most part. I was sitting outside enjoying my weed, enjoying my coffee, watering my plants, enjoying the vibes, enjoying the breeze, all of that. August, same thing. My daughter finished summer school early August. And then the end of August, I took my daughter on vacation to Disney World and my family came along with us. So it was sort of a family vacation in honor of Nyana's 10th birthday. Now, her birthday is in September, but she starts school in September. So I'm like, girl, we're going on vacation a little early because you're not going to miss school. Okay. Took my baby to Disney World. We went to Universal. I had a ball at Universal. Like, y'all, I cannot wait till I can go back because the Velocicoaster has been heavy on my mind since I got off of that bitch. I'm like, I want to ride that shit again and again and again. I'm a thrill seeker. I love roller coasters and stuff like that. So I had the time of my life when I went to Universal. And also, I overall enjoyed my time with my family. Now, I'm about to be honest. I did not think I was going to have a good time with my family on vacation because of all of our personalities, all of our attitudes, all of that, right? But I proved myself wrong and I thoroughly enjoyed myself with my family for the most part. You know, things happen, but it didn't affect my mood. It didn't affect my vacation. It didn't affect my daughter, most importantly. And also, speaking of my daughter, it was her birthday trip and she thoroughly enjoyed herself. My baby loves to swim. She loves water. She loves the pool. That's all she wanted to do. My daughter could have gave a fuck whether we went to Disney World and saw Minnie and Mickey and Moana and all them niggas. She would have been content had we just stayed at the house every day and I let her in the pool all day. She loved dunking herself under the water. She loved just getting in the pool and just enjoying herself, getting her hair wet. I could have stayed at the house the whole time with her, saved money at that, because y'all know Disney World, 150, 170. Y'all know Disney World is expensive. And the fact that my baby could have just really enjoyed herself in the backyard with the pool, overall, I just love that my baby enjoyed herself. She did very good on a plane for her first time there and back. She actually surprised me. I thought that she would have acted a damn fool on those people's plane, and she was so calm. Maybe shout out to the magnesium gummies that I gave her. But medication don't really work to calm my daughter down anyway. So I really just think my daughter enjoyed being on a plane. Like, she was cool. They let us on first. We got off last. Y'all know how the special needs handicap thing go, getting on and off a plane. And my baby did excellent. Our flight there, I had the help of my mom and her boyfriend, but the flight back, our flight was the earliest. So we had to leave the house at like 5 a.m. I had to return the rental car. We had help with TSA Cares. So if you have anyone with special needs, whether it be a kid or an adult, please sign up for TSA Cares for your trip there and back, wherever you're going, so that they can help you get through the TSA process with no hiccups. It was a smooth transaction. They barely made my baby get up out of her stroller. They were very patient with us. They were very nice and they were very understanding. But overall, our Disney trip was amazing. I will do it again. I don't know if I'm gonna do it again this summer, maybe next summer, but I don't actually want to just limit us to Disney. I want to take my daughter to another island. I'm working on getting both of our passports so that I could take her to fucking Jamaica with. Like, let's go out of the country for real, for real. I feel like that trip healed a little something in me as well. And it just was another testament of me enjoying myself that summer. And that trip was another thing on the list that I checked off that was fun, that fulfilled. Most importantly, my baby enjoyed herself. And it was happy 10th birthday, baby. She enjoyed the pool. She enjoyed the house. She enjoyed herself. And that's all that mattered to me. Next was my birthday. Now, around my birthday, funds weren't looking, enough for me to have the party that I wanted to have. So I'm like, you know what? Me not having a party is fine because I also was in a place in my life where I wanted to be by myself and I didn't want to be around a lot of people anyway. So me not having the party that I wanted to have for my 30th birthday, at first I was a little disappointed and sad about it, but then I was like, I was kind of okay just bringing in my 30th birthday by myself, not really surrounded by a bunch of people. Now, am I going to make up for that party when I feel like being around people? Hell yeah, because y'all already know how I get down. Like, I'm the littest person y'all ever will party with. Y'all already know. People who have partied with me will attest to that. Thank you. But I was okay with not bringing in my birthday the way I thought I would because it was for the best. I really stuck to the plan I had for my healing journey. Now, like I said, after my 30th birthday, I was going to start looking for a job. So I did start looking for a job. Have I found one? Fuck no, because everything I look for, I'm like, this shit sucks. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I actually want to go back to school. I feel like I have a gift. I feel like through my voice, I can heal people, heal a large amount of people. And also, I don't have stage fright and I ain't scared of y'all hoes. So, like I said, I'm looking for a job. I'm not just, sitting around here just looking for a handout, but I also want to put more of my time and energy into the things that I created. Now, speaking of things that I created, Plus Sugar will be back. I am bringing Plus Sugar back. If you do not know, Plus Sugar is my boutique. Now, however, with the revamp, rebrand, I am going to bring in smaller sizes again because I started out with smaller sizes all the way up to 4 or 5X, but that's a lot of sizes to have on hand, my loves. I just want to let y'all know from a business standpoint, from a financial standpoint, carrying sizes small through 4X, 5X, that is a lot of sizes to have available. That is a lot of inventory. So I'm bringing back small, medium, and large. And then I'm also going to have extra large, 1X, 2X, and 3X. My 4X, 5X girls, if you really need that, holla at me. I got you. I will special order a 4X, 5X for my girls that really want it. But also having those sizes on hand and no one really buying it is, I don't want to say a waste of money, but it's a waste of money. So bringing Plus Sugar back, started therapy. In between all of this going on, all of these vacations, my birthday, all of that. So during this journey, although I'm speaking of the good things that I've done, and things that have made me happy, there also have been times where I had to make difficult decisions. I told my daughter's father I no longer want him to call her or speak to us unless he's fully ready to be in her life. You can't do the double dutch in and out thing. What's going on? Do you want to be a father? Do you not want to be a father? We've been good without you, my nigga. Stop doing all this to make yourself feel better or clear your conscience for the time being. Like, we good without you for real. But I also don't want to keep your daughter away from you. So if you want to see her, you got to be consistent. If you're going to be inconsistent, we're going to have to cut that off because my baby deserves somebody that wants to consistently be in her life. Now, I was done dealing with that because that also took an emotional toll on me where I'm like, you're disappointing me for our daughter. You're not showing up the way you need to. Stay gone, nigga. We good. And I think the message was received. I also stopped talking to my dad. My dad said, now my whole life, my dad would say he getting me something, say he coming to get me, say he coming to see me, and not. My story is nothing new. Growing up with a father like that, you kind of get used to the fact that they're bullshitting all the time. So I let my dad bullshit with me. But then he said he was going to get my daughter something, and he said he was going to do something for my daughter. I told myself, this is where you got to start laying out these boundaries for real, for real. Part of healing is learning to put these boundaries up from these people that have had you fucked up thus far. Don't let them have you fucked up anymore. Dad, love you. Don't want to talk to you anymore. You're not about to start that lying shit with my daughter. I got to protect not only me, but my daughter. And I'm about to be very honest with y'all. That healed something in my inner child when I told my dad, you're not going to keep doing that lying bullshit. Because I don't think I ever spoke to my dad in that way. And I don't think I ever really called my dad a liar. Like, even though I did this through text message, I don't think I ever told my dad, like, I know that you've been lying. You're a liar and I'm tired of you lying. So we good. Have fun. Wish y'all the best and holla at me. I have two younger brothers that are toddlers. I said, give my brothers my number when they're old enough to think for themselves. I don't ever want my little brothers to think I forgot about them, but I didn't want to deal with that anymore. Not only did you lie to me my whole life, but now you about to try to start that shit with my daughter? No. Like I said, I'm her representative. I'm her mouthpiece. I'm the first line of defense for her. Y'all not about to play with her. Her dad, my dad, anybody. So had to cut my dad off because I'm like, I am done with you lying, and you're definitely not going to start that lying shit when it comes to my baby. Sorry, not sorry. Wish you the best. Love you forever. Bye. There's a few friends I distanced myself from because I said, come on, y'all, it's time to grow up. Didn't say that to them directly. Didn't really talk to anybody about me removing myself. I just removed myself. I stopped coming around. I stopped texting. I stopped calling. I started saying no. And it's no love lost. I still love everybody. It's just I needed to put me first. I got to put me first, Lucius, because it was just like I was literally considering everybody else's feelings, everybody else's situation, everybody else's goings on before me. I put me, my feelings, and my needs to the back burner, and I was running on fucking autopilot. I damn near didn't have real feelings. I wasn't processing real emotions, none of that, because I was just trying to be considerate of everybody else's feelings. Like, oh no, if I do this, it's going to make this person feel some type of way. Oh no, I'm not going to say no to this person because then they going to feel some type of way. Or I don't want this person to be mad about this. And I don't want to look like a bitch on this. I don't want to look like a bad mom. I don't want to be a bad daughter. I don't want to be, man, I don't give a fuck anymore. And it's almost like, not that I surprise myself, and my personality is already sort of, I don't give a fuck, but that's to the public. That's to people I don't know. But when it came to people that was close to me, that knew my life or knew me personally or just was close to me, I really cared about everybody's feelings that I loved. I'm like, damn, I don't want to do something fucked up that'll make you feel some type of way, but you doing something fucked up that's making me feel some type of way. And you have no regard for my feelings. And I don't blame anybody for making me feel some type of way because at the end of the day, I'm in control of what go on around this bitch. So if I don't like the way somebody moving, yeah, depending on how close we are, I'm going to tell you I don't appreciate it, but also it's up to me to remove myself, to not deal with it. I'm not about to keep putting up with something just because I care about you. Now, I know what weight I hold, and I don't give a fuck how cocky this sounds. I know when I remove myself, that shit is felt deeply. I needed to remove myself. I need to be the best me for not only my daughter, but for myself, most importantly. I did not feel connected with myself. I did not feel like I was presenting myself in the best way. I did not feel happy with myself. I just didn't feel like I was serving any purpose for real. I just felt like I was just moving along, doing the things that I thought I was supposed to do, doing things that I thought was right, and, just going along to get along. And I'm like, hell no, this is not what I want to do. This is not where I want to work. These are not people I want to be friends with anymore. This is not what I want to deal with. This is not how I want to be talked to. This is not how I want to feel. All of that, right? So I remove myself from all of that, whether it be friendships, relationships, anything. I remove myself from dealing with situations that were constant patterns and cycles repeating themselves. I remove myself from friendships that were no longer serving me, or I felt like I was pouring more into the friendship than the other person was. And it's just like, I'm good. I love you. And I don't think you took advantage of me, but I also did not set a boundary that needed to be set a long time ago. And I'm good now. I like to think of what I did was I burned everything to the fucking ground because I ain't like what was going on. And now I'm rebuilding. And I love what I'm rebuilding because it's beautiful, it's serene, it's quiet, it's peaceful. I started doing yoga. I started journaling a little bit. I started reading about trauma. And I really started, like I said, connecting with myself because I'm like, bitch, I'm not happy. I didn't like what I built up before. I looked around and said, this shit is whack. I'm not feeling it. I'm not happy. Burn it all to the goddamn ground. And that's exactly what I did. And I didn't give a fuck about who's going to feel some type of way. I didn't give a fuck about who I was leaving behind. Like I said, it's no love lost. This is what's best for me. So if that makes anyone feel some type of way, if I explain to you that, hey, I did this because I needed to for my own mental health, for my own peace, and you don't understand it or you don't appreciate it, that is no longer for me to regulate or coddle your emotions. You just gonna have to feel some type of way, and it is what it is. Sorry. Not sorry. But yeah, so on top of me doing all that good shit, going on vacation, enjoying my birthday, this, and that, there was some heavy shit going on too. Cutting people off that I thought I would never cut off, not answering people phone calls. There was a certain point with my family where they was feeling some type of way because I wasn't answering the phone for none of them. And it's like, I love y'all. Y'all know I do, but I don't need this right now. The things that y'all got going on are small and not my business, and y'all need to figure it out because all of y'all are grown. I'm over here trying to woosah and just, figure out who I am, what I want to do moving forward. So it's like constantly answering the phone for everybody. On one hand, you appreciate that people are reaching out to you because you're like, oh, people care about me, people thinking about me. Thank y'all. It's not coming from a place of, oh, don't ever call my phone. I don't want to talk to none of y'all. No, it's just overwhelming. It's overwhelming when you're at a point in your life where you just want to be with yourself and you don't really know how to tell people like, hey, I don't want to be on the phone right now. I don't really want to talk like that. Because no matter what, people are going to get offended. And like I said, it's not for me to care anymore about somebody getting offended that I'm not answering the phone. You are not entitled to my time. I want to say that to y'all one more time, and I hope y'all take it with you. You are not entitled to my time. I got to make sure that I'm okay. Me constantly being available for everybody made me unavailable for myself, to myself. I've spent too much time being overly available for everybody in my life where I had nothing left for myself at the end of the day, week, month, year, whatever. I felt burnt out. I felt like I didn't know what I was doing. I felt like whatever I was doing was for everybody else around me. And I really wanted to figure out who I was, what I wanted, where I was going. Now, my family eventually understood and we good. It's just, it was a little friction because I wasn't answering the phone and they were feeling some type of way because I went from always answering my phone to not answering my phone at all. Now, to somebody that's used to talking to you all the time and then they go to not talking to you at all, I can understand from their perspective what it looks like or how they feel. But also, it's not for me to continue to try to understand this. On my end, I'm doing what I need to do for me. I'm going to come back around. And I love you enough to explain to you what was going on or where my head was at when I wasn't answering the phone. And I hope you love me enough to understand. And if you don't, it is what it is. Now, like I said, I started doing yoga. I started just sitting with myself, listening to healing music, listening to rain sounds, just listening to things that were more calming versus, always watching baddies or always watching true crime things or always watching missing persons documentaries and things that would just have my mind on go. I was just so used to my mind always being on go that I had to train myself and teach myself to be calm and have my mind at ease. And I had to tell myself that it is okay for me to do things and my brain to be calm. I did not know what it felt like to just sit still and be with yourself. I didn't know what it felt like to just sit there and just be. I think I might have sat with myself a little too long because we the realest niggas I know over here. So it's almost like I'm not consulting with anybody else about any decision I'm going to make moving forward because me, myself, and I, we got it. We got it. We got it. I think I know what I'm doing now. I know this episode has been a long one, and I just want to say I just been healing. It felt really good to sit down and talk to y'all, tell y'all how I've been. I probably left some stuff out, but we back with the podcast, so I'll probably mention it when I remember in another episode. Y'all already know. This episode was just a sit down and talk and catch up type of thing. And since you've made it to the end of the podcast, I have a huge announcement, and the announcement is I'm pregnant. I found out what it is already. Now that I'm going to save because I want to make a cute little video and reveal to y'all what I'm having, like a little gender reveal type video because I don't want an actual gender reveal party or anything like that. But yes, y'all, my huge announcement is that I am pregnant. I am currently 14 weeks. Actually, by the time I drop this, I'll be 15 weeks. Y'all, the first trimester, I was so tired. My face was breaking out real bad. I just didn't have the energy for anything. Even if I wasn't tired as far as going to sleep or taking a nap, I just didn't have the energy to do anything. I just gathered enough energy for me to, continue to take care of my baby every day and meet her needs and cook her dinner. That was it. Okay. My house stayed clean somewhat by the grace of God because I'm like, man, I'm too tired to do any of this. I don't want to mop no floor. I don't want to sweep no floor. I don't want to do no laundry. I don't want to fold none of this shit. But I had the spirit of my Wella in my ear telling me that I need to keep my house clean. Every time my house get a little dirty, I look around and I'm like, my Wella is cussing me out right now. And lady, I hear you. It is loud. You are yelling at me to clean my house. I'm going to clean it. I slowly told my family and friends. I kept it kind of close to the vest because, the first trimester is a little iffy. Like I was having some spotting. I was having real bad headaches. So I'm like, oh no, I don't need to tell anybody about my pregnancy for real. I just need to stay in the house, be calm, be cool, and get through this first trimester. And then I'll start sharing with people. So I said, let me make it to the second trimester and let me make sure that I'm ready to actually share this news with people because, telling people you're pregnant is very personal. This is the internet. You got to feel kind of comfortable sharing this type of news with strangers. And also, you just got to be firm in who you are and what you believe in and know that no one else's opinion is going to shake or bother you. And y'all already know the whole theme of this episode is not giving a fuck anymore, for real, and healing and making sure I know who I am and I know what I want. And I got what I want. I got my little baby. Now, this will be my second child. My due date is September 3rd, 2025. So the end of the year is kind of looking like broke months for me because it's my daughter's birthday. It's going to be my baby's birthday, my birthday, Thanksgiving, Christmas. So it just looks like the end of the year is going to be the lit part of my year. That's how I'm seeing it. I'm going to see it in a positive light. Like the end of the year, we're going to have a lot of shit going on. And that's a good thing. Even though I'm going to be broke, we're going to have a lot of shit going on. But yeah, y'all, that is the huge announcement. I am expecting. Look out for the gender reveal video. I'm still trying to figure out how I want to do it and how I want to tell y'all and, all those good things, good things. Since you made it to the end of this podcast, thank you so much for listening. As always, I love y'all. Like I always say, it's good, but it needs some sugar. Bye.